Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays. Yes, it's a long time since I've done this, so I'm glad to be back. Now, notice the name, Aaron Plays. I've gone back to my name. I changed it briefly, then didn't make any videos under the new name, which was going to be Orc Headquarter Plays, but I've come back to Aaron Plays. Why? The reason why I changed in the first place was there was quite a lot of channels that were called Aaron Plays. So I wanted mine to stand out a bit because I couldn't find anything that said Headquarter Plays. And that was my moniker when I used to answer the phone when I first moved out of home. It was always Orc Headquarters. Can I help you? So I thought, well, let's try that. It's also part of my email address. It seemed a natural thing to do. But when I actually started to sit down and try and say, greetings, Internet, welcome to Orc Headquarter, it just sounded, no. Aaron Plays. And I'm back. Where have I been? Well, since January, it's been manic. What with work, family, general life. Just not had a chance to sit down and make a video for you guys. I haven't been doing much actual wargaming, and yeah, we'll get into that. So, starting off, my it's a family thing. My father was diagnosed with terminal cancer, which took up quite a bit of my time and emotion. And unfortunately, he passed away relatively recently. And yeah, that obviously shook me quite a bit. But I know life moves on, and he's in a better place now. He's no longer in any pain. And yeah, has that freed me up time for gaming? Not really. Also, my partner has moved in, and to create space, I know this is going to hurt. I've lost my gaming table. Oh no. Yeah. So the loss of the gaming table, I mean, all I've got now is a little green table which I can use to like do things like unboxings or look at games and such, but I can't play them. So it's going to restrict my actual videos I make to using the digital format as on, using Vassal modules. I could show the game, but I can only do Vassal modules to actually play the game. Now, quite a few of my videos have been not using Vassal modules in the past. So there's no change from that perspective. There just now won't be any actual games using the real bits, which is what I prefer, but that might take a bit of time till we either move into a bigger place where I can get my table back. It's in storage. It's sitting there, all folded up and such forth, and legs removed, saying play, but needed space to actually move my legs. Yeah. Then, so that's the second family thing. Then work. Oh man, work. Yeah, I'm coming home, and the last thing I want to do is look at a screen like I'm looking at in the present moment because, yeah, it's all computer based. Yeah. However, I was consciously aware that I need to do something for the channel. I hadn't put anything up since January. Might be in February. I'll need to check on that. I should have checked beforehand, shouldn't I? So I thought, need to do something. So this is just an reintroduction to me. What am I going to be doing? I hear you ask in anticipation. Well, my gaming, I had to pack away Tarawa because that was on a board. And to be fair, there'd been I'll say a few, quite a few. All right, a lot of mistakes. The rules don't lend themselves to not making mistakes. They are, I wouldn't say counterintuitive, but they're all over the place. Bits here, bits there, and it is so easy to miss. And it has been observed that I had made a few mistakes. So I felt in a way that invalidated the game that I was playing. I was doing quite well. And the mistakes I was making were not just purely pro me, American. I was making mistakes that favor the Japanese as well. But I've done a lot on that game, and if people want to still watch it, it's still quite valid in itself and is a getting how the game plays, there are a few rule mistakes and misses. So that one is now packed away. Now, the other game that I still had ongoing was the Hexasim, the Waterloo, whatever that's called. I was doing one of the scenarios in there, Plan Santoire. I mean, I got it in the end. I should have maybe written this all down, but hey, I didn't. So yeah, Plan Santoire. Now, me and Mark were playing that using play by email, and the last turn, I've got it all logged and filed. There has been a result. I'm not going to say what it is because I want to create that into probably 2 videos, and they should hopefully drop within the next few days once I make the videos, which will be after this. So that was the 2 ongoing games I had that were on the channel. Everything else had been finished. Now, in one of my last rambles, I was talking about what was I going to do next, and one of them was Starship Trooper. And I will again eventually get to that, but it doesn't lend itself to solo play. The first scenario was, and I did play that solo, was I can't put it any other way than pretty much like the book. Sorry if I'm offending anyone. I read the book recently to get back into the game, and the book left me yeah. The movie, thoroughly entertained by. I'd read the book back when I was in school, and I enjoyed it then. Maybe that's what maybe at the times it was set and such forth. But no, it's done nothing. Did nothing for me reading it recently. I was actually quite bored. But that doesn't mean I don't want to play the game, because the second scenario where it starts introducing the bugs with hidden movement, I think that's where the game's going to shine. But I can't see me doing it solo. I read the solo things that were in the general magazine and such forth, and then looks like too much hard work and not very entertaining. So it's one I would like to play opposed with somebody, either play by email or play live on Vassal. I've asked Mark, he seems to be fairly okay with it, but obviously his schedule and my schedules are slightly out of whack at the present moment, so we'll have to wait on that. But that's Starship Troopers. If you want a good sci-fi set of books, look for Dropship Trooper. From Paltrow, I think. On book 7 of that at the present moment. Thoroughly enjoyable and exactly what I would have hoped Starship Trooper was. Sci-fi combat done well. Not political, machinations. So that was one of the games I was wanting to do, and that's on the back burner until I can maybe play it live, scenario 2, all in one go, make a couple of videos with it, etc. The other there was a couple of other things I'd mentioned in there, but they're all going back to the partner moving in. A lot of my games have now moved to storage, so they'll come as and when I decide to pull one out of storage. War and Peace scenario with another Mark Roger. Again, is on hiatus, but we were planning to do the 1813 campaign, and hopefully we'll get to it again. He's unfortunately suffering from terminal cancer. If this ever gets monetized, sorry, fuck cancer. It's fucking awful. I haven't got it, but seeing what it did to my father, my goodness. Such a strong and powerful man, just crushed. Anyway, I don't want to get too emotional. Moving on. So yeah, hopefully War and Peace with Mark at some point. There was Ambush. I'd got through to mission 3 and got absolutely. So I'm still debating what to do with that. Do I redo mission 3 with my squad and see if I can get them through, or move on to mission 4 with a new squad? I still have to look at what I want to do there. And again, that would be unfortunately on screen, not like I had been playing with a map. So that brings me full circle on what I'm sort of wanting to do now. I put two adverts up on BGG Vassal looking for opponents. One for, well, it's sitting right next to me, and this is a blast from the past for most of you, but it was actually completely new for me. Oh, it's upside bloody down. Panzer Blitz. Never played it. Recently bought a copy off eBay for a very reasonable price. Yes, I know it's date 1970/71. Mine says 71 on the box, but I don't believe it's 70 was when it originally came out. And hold on, cup of tea. And it's one that I've like, as I say, never played it, never even opened the box. But obviously I knew of its existence, and I thought, you know what? As I've been buying a few of these older games, give it a try. I said the price was reasonable on eBay, so I picked it up, opened the box, cut out. Kept my counters were some were punched, some unpunched, so I punched them all. Read the rules and went, there seems to be a bit missing here, but you know, let's give it a try. So I put an advert out, and I had contact back from a nice Finnish guy, and we actually played a game last Wednesday just gone. Scenario, sorry, they call them situations. Maybe the word scenario won't be used. But anyway, situation one, and yeah, the key word was fun. It was fun. I played the Germans, which apparently is not meant to be that much fun in that scenario, but I had fun. My opponent was pleasant. I'd forgotten about meeting new people on Vessel. Sometimes you get to meet nice guys. He was we had a nice chat, and we had a nice game. And the scenario finished in one session. Another reason why I picked it up was I find it difficult to introduce new players to some of the more complicated games. I showed my brother, this is about 10 years ago, the ASL rulebook, and he just went, no. He played Combat Commander with me. He's like, yeah, that's all right. We played Band of Brothers. Yeah. Played him with Undaunted. Loved it. We're now on to about scenario 5. And key thing, he's winning some of the, well, he's won most of the time. I think it's 3-1 at the present moment in his favour. So that's good. A, to keep him engaged, and B, gives me a game that I'm playing with my brother, because he won't touch most, you give him a 20, 30 page rule book and he's like, no, thank you. But Panzer Blitz has only got 12 quite widely spaced pages, so you might have a look at that. But if not, I will still be able to play the Finnish guy online and get through the situation. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to that situation 5 and go, yeah, it is so dated. And you could tell it's dated. I read some of the complaints on BGG and such forth about it being Panzer Bush. Didn't see that in my terms. Maybe that's just from a learning curve. But the key thing was I had fun. And if none of you have played it, or if you have played it but not touched it for like 30, 40 years, get it out and have fun. The other advert I put out was for one of the Cry Havoc continuation Normandy or Normand games called DAX, if that's how you pronounce it, which is the second to latest one. The latest one is Sherwood. This is one that came out, and it's DS2. Basically medieval skirmish. Now, I've done a video of Guisard 2 by the same company. I did an unboxing and a playthrough of the first scenario from that, and I'm probably going to do the same for this. And I'll get the name fully right then. So I'm going to be playing a guy eventually sometime in late May. We're going to play a Vessel, but I want to get at least an unboxing, go through, and maybe even play a scenario solo again using Vessel. And that's the immediate plans. Nothing beyond that. I don't want to make too many videos time-wise, because my work is still bonkers. I'm still very emotional. If occasionally I do some like little rants like that, you know why. But also things are exciting. So my partner's moved in. We've been, together for like 3 years, and finally she can move in because she's coming down from up north. And yeah, we've got to get used to sharing space, and hence why the table had to go. But that doesn't stop me gaming. Doesn't stop me talking to you guys. And hopefully, what I propose, you guys will be interested in. Um, Eventually, I would like to do a big game, because if we're going to use Vassal, I will have the ability to play a big game. But this is just me getting back into it. So I hope this wasn't too much of a ramble. I hope it was. Oh, the other thing, I've lost the two. So if I have got a slight lisp, and I'm now playing a little bit from the lisp, that's why. Um, Cosmetically, I'm not that bothered. Um, why don't I get an implant or anything like that? Money. I'd rather spend money on things I'd rather do than just make myself look pretty. Uh, Maybe that's the punk rocker in me. Who knows? Uh, but maybe in 6 months' time, I might decide, oh, you know what? Let's make myself pretty again. That ain't gonna happen. It's gonna require more than a tooth. I know, I can hear you. So until next time, as I say, I hope this wasn't too much of a ramble. Uh, Play games. The keyword, have fun. And I'll see you. Bye, Internet.